Welcome to this Tutor to You sociology topic video looking at crime in contemporary society, focusing on cybercrime. Cybercrime is the term given to the use of technology in committing criminal activities, and it has grown exponentially in the era of globalization. This is due not only to the expansion of the internet, but also the increased access and usage of mobile technology such as smartphones and portable computing devices like laptops and tablets. As the use of technology increases, so do the opportunities for criminals to exploit any vulnerabilities we may have in our cybersecurity. What makes cybercrime so difficult to monitor and enforce is that it is a transgressive form of crime, one that doesn't respect international borders, as most of the crime is committed in cyberspace. Whilst having access to other cultures instantly is a benefit of the internet, it also has become an opportunity for criminals to be able to access the personal data and accounts of anybody anywhere in the world. And often this is done without their knowledge, making it even harder to detect. Cybercrime is classified into two different categories. Firstly, cyber-dependent crime, which are crimes that can only be conducted through the use of technological devices. For example, pirating software or obtaining digital data through the installation of ransomware or spyware on an individual's device. These tend to be newer forms of crime that would not have been committed before the development of computers. The second form is cyber-enabled crimes, and these are variants of more traditional forms of crime that utilise technology to make them more efficient and less detectable. Subsequently, these have increased in volume. For example, piracy of music is not a new crime, as bootlegging of recordings has gone on for many years, but file sharing sites where music can be downloaded for free, such as the original Napster website, breach copyright laws through distributing music without the permission from the artist to do so. Similarly, fraud is not a new form of crime, but increasingly online fraud is more common, particularly identity theft. And sexual offences such as the making and distribution of sexual images and harassment have also increased due to the use of technology. Wall identified four main types of cyber-enabled crimes. Firstly, cyber trespass or hacking, where criminals will use the internet to connect to the computer network of an individual or a company and obtain data or place viruses and demand a ransom to remove it. A second form is cyber deception, and this involves identity theft, where one individual will use data obtained to apply for loans or credit cards in an individual's name by passing themselves off as that individual. Another form of cyber deception is phishing scams, emails and applications that look to obtain a user's financial information in order to purchase goods or withdraw money from their account. Cyber pornography is another form of cybercrime, using the internet to post sexually explicit images and distribute other images that violate individual countries' laws on obscene publications. This includes the distribution of photographs or videos sent by one person to another onto a third party without the creator's consent, what has been termed revenge porn, and faces imprisonment for doing so. Finally, cyber violence, including trolling, stalking and cyberbullying, including the use of racial, homophobic or threatening words towards another person. Furthermore, this includes speech that is seen to incite violence or disorder and became a prosecutable offence in the aftermath of the 2011 riots in the UK. One example of cybercrime that is also a form of corporate and potentially a state crime is the Cambridge Analytica scandal. Cambridge Analytica, a data consultancy firm, illegally mined information from the Facebook profiles of millions of people worldwide and sold this data onto a range of political parties. This data was then used to manipulate algorithms to present people seen as susceptible to changing their views with false information about candidates and issues in order to win votes. It's alleged that these tactics were used in the 2016 US presidential election, which saw Donald Trump elected, and in the 2016 EU referendum, which saw Britain vote to leave the EU, among many other global elections. Another example of cybercrime from recent years was the Wikileaks Scandal. Wikileaks founder Julian Assange was alleged to have committed espionage after giving documents obtained from whistleblowers inside the US civil service to major newspapers in a redacted format. These were later published unredacted on the Wikileaks site and led to Assange seeking asylum in the Ecuadorian embassy in London to escape extradition to the US to face trial. The diplomatic documents detailed the activities of many different security forces and their actions during the Iraq and Afghanistan invasions, including the torture of prisoners. Furthermore, the documents revealed the extent of power multinational companies had in the governments of Bush, Obama and Blair, and reveal the details of military personnel working overseas. Assange was held in Belmarsh prison for 20 months amidst allegations of torture before the High Court in the UK ruled that he could not be extradited to face trial in the US in late 2020. Cybercrime has increased globally in the last 30 years, and this is in part due to the increased use of technology in everyday life, from the use of smartphones, smart TVs, internet banking and the purchase of goods online. During the recent UK lockdown, the only form of crime to increase was online fraud. Cybercrime also offers criminals higher rewards for less risk. A skilled hacker or organisation can obtain unlimited amounts of data on individuals, which enables them to make targeted attacks, rather than rely upon opportunistic crimes such as mugging or burglary. This has attracted many organised crime syndicates into cybercrime, with many cyber attacks originating in Russia and Nigeria. Cybercrime has also increased partly because people have to report it to make a claim, but it also has a dark figure of crime attached, with many people being unaware of their data being used or that they are even the victim of identity fraud. However, the growth of communications technology has led to some benefits in terms of crime. Increased surveillance of individuals is made possible because of advances in technology and the sharing of data between law enforcement agencies. CCTV and facial recognition software allow more criminals to be identified and tracked down. The movement of individuals is also possible through the tracking of individuals through their GPS on their mobile phones and laptops. However, there have been issues of privacy in some of these cases, with corporations such as Google and Facebook unwilling to release the data of these individuals, demonstrating the power of technology giants in contemporary society. That concludes this Tutor to You Sociology topic video on crime in contemporary society, focusing on cybercrime. Thanks for watching.